I'm on the side of the camera. All right. Just looking up something real quick. Before I came out here, this is my garage. So I started thinking about stability. Put on my socks first. I feel like Mr. Rogers. When I was a kid, he used to put on his shoes while he talked. Anyways, crack my toes. I know, so professional. But I was Russian. All right. I was Russian, not American. Okay, so this morning I started thinking about stability and how in yoga stability goes from feeling stable in a pose, which transfers to the mind being stable. And then both of these, the body and the mind, enters into stability, enters into this oneness of feeling stable, which is yoga. So, just for example, when you're in the mountain pose, you're feeling stable. You're getting the skeleton to stand as if you were just your skeleton. And when that happens, you feel stable. You feel just like a mountain would feel, one with the earth, because a mountain is one with the earth. It's firm, it's stable, and this transfers to the mind to become firm and stable. So when you do the mountain pose, you become like a mountain mentally. And then when these two things happen together, the mind and body become one, in that stability, capital S stability, you enter into oneness, which is yoga. So with that explained, we're going to go into the mountain pose, and then we're going to do two sun salutations with variations of them. And you're going to feel stable in all these poses, from the low lunge, high lunge, downward dog, upward dog. We're going to do a plank, and you're just going to feel stable. Now, what's going to happen sometimes, not all the time, is you're going to feel a little wobbly, right? But that is part of yoga. There's stability in feeling and being aware that you're not stable in the sense that of what you thought you should be feeling. But see, that's judgment. You get rid of that. And then you recognize that wobbleness. I don't know if wobbleness is the word, but if it is, let's just say it is. You recognize that wobbleness as stability. And I know, how can that be stability when you're wobbling back and forth? Because it's mental. That is where you are. You're accepting where you are. And in that acceptance is stability. See, life is moving. It's a verb. That's what makes it happen. You're moving through life. Technically, you're not stable when you're moving through life, when you're washing the dishes, washing the car, driving down the street. But it's a mindset of stability. That motion is stable. And that's what we're doing in the yoga routine. You're moving. It's becoming a moving meditation. And it's all stable. Even though you're moving, you're stable. The mind is stable. The poses are stable. Even if you're thinking like, man, I'm going wrong. Nope, get rid of that. That's judgment. Get rid of that. When you go this way because you have a hurt shoulder, you're going with it. You're going with the flow. There's stability in that. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's called acceptance. Going with the flow. Moving in stability. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. Mountain pose. Get the hair off your sock. All right. Feet are shoulder width apart. The mat feels kind of crooked. Toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders or the neck. And you lengthen up. So think of a string on top of the head. Pull yourself up. So you lengthen up. I'm bending down for the camera because I know my hand disappears. Pull yourself up. Lengthen up. Get the bones all lengthened up. And then let the bones sit on top of each other. And then you're going to have to position the bones where the skeleton just stands. If you were just your skeleton, make it stand. No skin, no muscle, no fat, nothing exists but the skeleton. And let it just stand and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Again, find that spot where the skeleton just stands. That'll hurt someone. And you're going to watch yourself breathe. Remember, you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. You're not going to control it. You're just watching it. You're letting go of control. Just watch yourself breathe. And you do that by bringing your focus to the belly. As you inhale, the belly swells with air. Watch that. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. Watch that. Or you bring your focus to the tip of your nose. As you inhale and exhale, just watch it go in and out. Again, finding that stability in the mountain pose where the skeleton just stands. Just like a mountain. The mountain is one with the earth. It's stable, it's firm. That's what you're feeling. And that transfers over into the mind. And you're feeling the same thing mentally. Bring your palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly, it's the first stretch. Nice and easy, and then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. We're going to fall into ragdoll. Now with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling, head is dangling, and you just release. Let the body just go where the body goes. Again, you're not controlling it. You're letting go of control. It's a mindset. It all works together. The mind and body coexist. They work together. So when you let the body just fall where the body falls, not trying to control it, letting go of judgment. So if you're up higher and you're feeling like, man, I'm not going down further enough, let go of that. That's judgment. That is a barrier. It will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. You're letting go of judgment. So when you're off the mat, you're doing the same thing. You're going with the flow. There's stability in the flow of life. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. And again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. And again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. And two more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. Last one. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, tuck the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square. Pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. If the back is straight, you're elongating, you're stretching out. If it's arching, you're doing a scoop. Hip bones push forward, diagonally, back arches, head is up. Front knee's not over the toes. And you're feeling opened. Now, you could be to the fingertips. You could be up like this. Wherever you are, just accept it. And just focus 100% on the breathing, feeling stable. Remember, stability happens even if you're a little wobbly. Stability in that. You go with it. You accept it. When you go with it, you're staying stable. Because you're letting go of judgment. Judgment is the only thing that allows you to feel not stable. So you're feeling wobbly, for example. You're like, man, I'm feeling wobbly. That's judgment. You let go of judgment. You accept that you're a little wobbly, and there's stability in that because you're going with the flow. And you take that mindset off the yoga mat, and you do the same thing in the so-called real world. You move through your so-called real world through the flow, and there's stability in that. And high lunge, so curl the toes under the back, get the knee off the floor. Again, so the back is straight. You're reaching out or is arching. Back is arching. Either way, whatever you like to do, and just feel stable. And then we're going to stay here just a little bit longer than we usually do. The abs are engaged. Just feel stable. Again, if you feel a little shaky, a little wobbly, doesn't matter because that is not yoga. If you're feeling wobbly, you're like judging it, that's not yoga. Let go of judgment. And now downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it now. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. And you're pushing into the pose. You're focused on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. I have to get my phone. I forgot to get my phone. And my stopwatch. Because we're going to go into a plank. Pull up my stopwatch. From the downward dog, you're going to go into the plank. Now you're going to modify the plank how you have to. So technically, the fingers, as wide as you can get them, middle fingers pointing straight out. Abs are engaged, so you're not hollowing out the abs. You just bring the belly button into the spine, getting stable. Stable, stable, stable. Now, if this is too much, you just go down to hands and knees, even if you have to go back. But become stable. Let go of judgment. If you have to go down to your hands, to the knees, let go of that judgment. Doesn't matter. Stability is the mindset. The body does not dictate whether the mind is stable or not. Because once you accept, you go with the flow, boom, you're in stability. 10 more seconds. Now you're going to push back. Back to downward dog. Really, really push into it. Now you slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Just the tops of the feet and the palms. Now, if this is too much, you go to hands and knees, arch the back into the cow, or you go to the small cobra, bring your chest off the floor, palms touch the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up. You're pulling up. Just accept where you are. Feel stable. Be aware of the stability. You become aware of the stability in the body when you accept. The stability is there. Even if you're wobbly, even if you're feeling like, man, this is getting hard, find that stability. And you find that by accepting. Back to downward dog. Stability is always there. It's in the flow. It's in the flow. So when you're wobbling. That stability is there if you go with the flow. This is the stability, right? You take that off the mat. I was going to say, you take that off the mind. That wouldn't have made sense. And now, to the plank again. 1 minute plank. Modify it how you have to. Abs are engaged. So you're not hollowing them out. You're not sucking them in. Just bring the belly button into the spine. And you focus 100% on the breathing. Nothing else but on the breathing. Again, if it's too much, go to hands and knees. Go to hands and knees. My screen keeps on going dark. Stability. Feel stable. Your arms are getting tired, right? They're shaking. So what? Go with it. Go with it, man. That's how life is. You're learning to be stable in movement by accepting. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're stable throughout the day while you move. When you're shaking, you're stable. Back to downward dog. Really, really push into it. Gotta fix my mat. Because I'm professional like that. Push. And now left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. Remember, with a low lunge, top of the foot's to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. The back straight or arch. If the back straight, you're elongating, you're stretching the back, or you're arching the back with the hip bones pushing forward, back is arching, front knees not over the toes. And you're feeling opened. Feel opened here. Feeling firm, feeling stable. My breathing's not linked up with my movements, so it takes my breath away. Now you're going to go to high lunge, so curl the toes under the back. Knee goes up. Get the leg as straight as you can. We're going to stay here a little bit longer than we usually do. Feel stable. Get the back straight or arching. And you're really, really stable. And again, if you're wobbling, doesn't matter. Find that stability in that wobble. And you do that by accepting. Once you accept, you become stable. It's yoga, man. Yoga 101. Now, right foot is up. Standing forward bend, palms to the calves. Elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. And just focus 100% on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out. Push the air down and out. And again, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, reaching out. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Make sure all the air is out. And then just breathe. Once you push all the air out, you just release and just watch yourself breathe. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Low lunge. Top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Front knees not over the toes. Back is straight. If the back is straight, you're elongating, stretching out. If it's arching, the hip bones are pushing forward diagonally. Back arches, head is up. And you're focused on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Not even tired. Now, high lunge, curl the toes under the back, knee goes up. Just settle in the high lunge. Again, get the back straight or arching. And then just settle, accept, and just focus on the breathing. Remember, once you accept, you become stable. Because in acceptance is that stability. So even if you're moving, you're wobbling, let go of judgment, let go of control. Don't control it. Just accept it and go with it, and you will become stable. The body might not become stable in the sense of what you're thinking, but that's judgment. You're not becoming stable in that sense. You're becoming stable because you're moving with the flow. And then downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really, really push into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. Head is relaxed, so no tension in the neck. And just focus on the breathing. I'm going to go to a plank. Let me get my watch. Stop. Man. Thought it was up, but it wasn't. And then go into the plank. So fingers wide as you get them. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. Abs are engaged. Just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. If it's too much, don't do it. Go down to hands and knees. "30 more seconds. Remember, if you're wobbling a little bit, that's fine. Go with it, man. Find that stability in the wobble. Weeble wobbles. It used to be a toy when I was little, Weeble wobbles. I had some, I think. Five more seconds. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Really, really, really push into it. Of course, if you think, man, I can't push into it anymore, then don't. And then you can slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor, palms are to the floor. Modify how you have to, and just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Really, 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 really push into it. The left foot is up between the hands, low lunge. Remember, low lunge, up the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. If the back is straight, you're reaching out, you're elongating. If it's arching, hip bones are pushing forward. Back arches, head goes up, front knees not over the toes. And just focus 100% on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Acceptance. Acceptance is where you find stability. Finding stability in the flow. Finding stability in movement. Then high lunge, so curl the toes under the back, knee goes up, get the leg as straight as you can, do the best you can. The back is straight, you're reaching out. If it's arching, you're doing a scoop. And just focus on the breathing. Abs are still engaged. You're still breathing. Just because the belly's engaged doesn't mean you're not breathing. Still breathe. You breathe with your lungs, not your abs. Now, standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out. Push the air down and out, exhale. And then back to mountain pose. So remember, mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed. And you're lengthening up. Remember, you lengthen up, pull your skeleton up, then let the bones sit on top of each other. And you're finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing, as if you're just your skeleton. So position the body where it's stable. Just focus 100% on the breathing. You're just going to watch yourself breathe. Remember, to watch yourself breathe, you bring your focus to the belly. When you inhale, the belly swells with air. When you exhale, the belly goes in. Watch that. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. And what will happen, most likely, you'll start controlling it. Just let go. Remember, you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch it. Let go of control. And then you control it again, most likely. And then when you realize, hey, I'm controlling my breathing, just let go and watch it. Same thing with the thinking. You'll start to think about other things, most likely. When you realize, hey, I've been thinking about other things and not my breathing. Let go. Don't judge it. It's natural. Just watch yourself breathe. It'll happen again and again and again. You keep on bringing yourself back to watching yourself breathe. And what happens eventually is that you just start watching yourself breathe. And you realize you are not the control. You realize you are not your thoughts, but you are the thing that is watching your thoughts. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. And bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. That's YouTube Live number 179. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.